You're listening to Quorum Radio.
Castro's Secrets, Cuban Intelligence, the CIA, and the Assassination of John F. Kennedy by Brian Littell, former CIA analyst for Latin America, with permission from the author. Investigation of the hotel at which Oswald stayed has failed to uncover any evidence. The hotel is unusual anyway that would relate to Oswald's visit. It is not especially popular among Cubans, and there's no indication that it is used as a meeting place for extremist or revolutionary organizations. Investigations of other guests at the hotel who were there when Oswald was present failed to uncover anything creating suspicion. 50 years later, it's difficult to reconstruct how the commission concluded man could have been so mistaken. An FBI report that compiled numerous interviews conducted in 1964 with the hotel owner-manager, maid, desk clerk, owner of a nearby restaurant, and others is cited by the commission as primary exculpatory evidence. The owner said the hotel catered to a lower-income commercial clientele, mostly Mexicans, and was not frequented by pro-Castro Cubans. Another source familiar with the hotel, seen in the city, was said to know nothing unfavorable about it. Oswald reportedly received no visitors, left early, and returned late at night. But interviews with guests, also set up by the commission, seem contradictory. At least one resident saw Oswald talking to another guest he thought was a Cuban. Several other Cubans, including one on his way to Miami and a Honduran, were said to have been guests when Oswald was there. A Cuban was reported living in a room on the roof of the hotel with his Mexican girlfriend. The hotel could, of course, have operated covertly in support of Cuban intelligence from just one room used as a safe site without alerting the owner or the staff. Yet there is no evidence that this possibility was considered. Since some of the interviews relating to the hotel were conducted by Mexican authorities, their reliability is uncertain. Clark Anderson, the FBI attaché, was asked by the Warren Commission if the Mexicans actively investigate. Quote, "Not really," he said. Furthermore, it cannot be established to what extent, if any, serious efforts were made to assess the reliability of the sources interviewed by FBI agents, as the CIA would have done. But the agency was not involved. Helms informed the Commission in February 1964 that Oswald's activities in Mexico were, quote, "handled by the FBI," end quotes. Here, too, its work was seriously deficient. In congressional testimony in 1976, William Sullivan, an FBI assistant director, admitted that, quote, "there had been gaps in the investigation," end quotes, of Kennedy's assassination. Quote, "All its contacts in Mexico City," end quotes, was the first of three examples he cited. To their credit, the Warren Commission staffers visited Mexico. To their credit, the Warren Commission staffers visiting Mexico recognized how essential the hotel owner manager was as the keystone source. They endeavored to interview him themselves, offering to meet him in the embassy. But Luis Echeverria, a ranking Mexican government official and future nationalist president, rejected the proposal. He claimed, quote, to firmly believe, in quotes, that there had been no foreign conspiracy, at least none connected with Mexico. Like American leaders, the Mexicans wanted the investigation of Oswald's visit to disappear. If it progressed much further, it could imperil the delicate relationship with Cuba and invite a political backlash at home. Mexican government cooperation in the Oswald probe was therefore qualified and somewhat dishonest. For example, Mexican authorities first interrogated Sylvia Duran on November 24 and told Wynne Scott that she had denied having an affair with Oswald. Yet the CIA agent who confirmed the affair reported that she had admitted it to the Mexicans. Her interrogation lasted 8 hours, but the embassy was only given a cursory summary. Could the real character of the Hotel del Comercio have been unintentionally whitewashed, as Duran was? In April, as time was running out to complete the Warren report, the staffers visiting Mexico interviewed Wynne Scott and Clark Anderson. In 1976, when Anderson testified about their visit under oath before the House Assassinations Committee, he admitted that he, Scott, and Mann had maintained close, quote, "very close personal coordination," end of quotes, after the assassination, but incredibly claimed not to remember anything at all about the staffers' visit to his meetings with them. Quote, "Do you recall having any contact with them?" End of quotes. He was asked, quote, I frankly can't recall, end quotes. He responded. He was asked if he had received any instructions from Washington, whether, quote, information could be provided to them, end quotes. Again, his memory, he professed, completely failed him. As noted, Mann said he learned of the hotel's suspicious nature from, quote, intelligence circles, end quotes, surely meaning Scott and possibly the forgetful Anderson. But when questioned by the Warren Commission staffers about that in April 1964, both men denied any such knowledge. With the denials in hand, it was possible for the Commission to conclude that, for whatever reason, Ambassador Mann had been wrong about the hotel. Yet, considering the extreme pressures that were being exerted from the highest-ranking authorities in Washington, it is wise now to wonder if Helms and Hoover, encouraged by the Attorney General and the President, may not have persuaded their men in Mexico to go quietly along with a cover-up for the good of the country and world peace.